We live? We good? All right, we are here at James Monroe High School, where today's contest will be between the 4-13 Greenbrier East Spartans and the 6-10 James Monroe Mavericks. Mavericks coming off a 14-0 win on Tuesday against regional opponent Midland Trail with a 15K no-hit shutout from the WVU commit Caden Hines. And tonight you're going to see the Concord commit, they call him rookie, Carson Cohen, will take the mound for the Mavericks. Around the horn for the Mavericks, you're going to have Hayden Chryslet at third, Caden Hines at short, Bodie Zigafus at second, Tyson Meadows at first, Levi Taylor behind the plate. Going to be Brody Barreras in right, Tanner Johnson in center, and Bryson Parker in left. Going down the lineup for the Spartans, the leadoff batter is going to be number 9, Nelson Lynch, playing shortstop. Second batter, number 10, Josiah Spencer, playing right field. Batting third, number 2, the catcher, Sam Rochelle. Batting fourth, the DH, number 33, Clay Patton. Batting fifth, number 14, Bo Buntney, playing left field. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 25, Wyatt Thornton. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 15, Daniel Sims. Batting eighth, playing second, number 24, Evan Dixon. And batting ninth and on the mound, number 20, Sonny Herbert.
Yeah, and he's looking to hopefully expound upon their win against Woodrow, one of their biggest opponents off their last win, but they struggled losing 3 in a row to Herbert Hoover, Shady, and St. Albans. So they're going to look to see if they can keep this winning streak going to 2 games in a row, and we're underway.
Here we go, the first pitch from Cohen. Nelson Lynch, the leadoff batter. 0-1 count now on Lynch. And the windup and the pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-1 count now. Wind up and the pitch. Just outside, 2-1 count now on the leadoff batter Lynch. Wind up and the pitch. Just outside, 3-1 count now on Lynch. Cohen looks in to Taylor for the sign. Has what he wants, winds and fires, and that ball is going to be hit down the third baseline. Foul. And that'll be a full count now on leadoff hitter Lynch. And the pitch going to be fouled off once again down the third baseline. So Cohen and Lynch in a battle here to start this ball game. Two count. Cohen has the sign. Winds and fires. And that ball is hit to center field. That ball's back. Johnson, it's over his head. It'll hit the fence. And Lynch will go in with a stand-up double.
Yeah, that was a really good battle there from Lynch. Able to drive that bat to 8 pitches. And exactly the way you want to start out for this game if you're the Spartans. Able to get a runner there on second base with no outs and put some pressure on the pitcher.
Runner on second base, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 10, Josiah Spencer. First pitch called, strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 count now on Spencer. Wind up and a pitch, and that's pulled back on a bunt. Ball 1, strike 1 now. One count here. Cohen has the sign. Winds and fires. Called. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2 count now on Spencer. Nobody out. Runner on second here in the top of the first. Cohen has the sign. Winds and fires just a little bit high and outside. 2-2 count now. Cohen has what he wants. Looks back the runner, winds and fires, and that's going to be low. And Lynch is going and just gets in. That'll be a stolen base for Nelson Lynch. We got runner on third, full count, nobody out here in the top of the first. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 3, and rookie shuts down Spencer for the first out.
That was a great job by the rook, able to get ahead of that count 1-2 early, and despite East working these last 2 counts pretty far, he was able to retire him. So 1 out now, runner on third. See if the Mavs can get out of this.
Gonna bring up the catcher, Sam Rochelle. First pitch called, strike 1 on the outside corner.
Yeah, Rochelle's pretty speedy. Want to see if they can keep him off the base pads, if at all possible.
Cohen has a sign, winds and fires, and that ball is going to be hit, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And Rochelle is going to get into second base on an RBI double. And that'll be 1-0 East here in the top of the first.
As the first batter this evening, too, that we've seen for East that didn't really work the count. Rochelle was looking to hit early. And they got it done. So that'll bring the count to 1-0 early here in this ball game with the cleanup hitter coming up for East.
Going to bring in courtesy runner Braden Brown, number 6, for the catcher Rochelle. And it's going to bring up the DH, number 33, Clay Patton. First pitch, foul, strike 1. Just have to throw a little shout out to Patton. He did hit for the cycle his last game. Oh, 1 count, wind up, and the pitch is going to be inside. 1-1 now on Patton. Brown gets his lead. And pickoff move, and nobody's there. Brown's back in there safely. 1-1 count, 1 out. Runner on second. East up 1-0 here, top of the first. Wind up and a pitch. Going to be high. And a throw back. He's going to be knocked down by the ankle of Hines. It's going to be 2-1 count now on Patton.
Yeah, Hines did a good job there. The center fielder was probably out about 20 or 30 feet, so it would have taken him a minute to be able to get to the ball if Hines didn't stop it.
The pitch going to be inside. 3-1 now on Patton.
Yeah, definitely doesn't want to play with Patton too much here. He knows he's got power and he can place hit pretty well. He's got 2 holes to the left and right center.
3-1 count, wind up and a pitch, and it's popped up. Is it going to stay in play? It is not. A full count now. The third full count the Greenbrier East Spartan batters have done against Cohen here so far. He's already up to 20 pitches here in the first inning. And we're going to have a timeout, and that's going to be the first visit of the inning for Greenbrier East. Run down, 3-2 count, 1 out, runner on second, 1-0 East. Wind up and a pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. Couple more feet in the air, that might have came right at us. So we still got a 3-2 count here. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3, and the Rook wins this battle against Patton. Second strikeout of the evening for the Rook. So 2 outs, runner on second, 1-0 East, and it's going to bring up number 14, the left fielder, Bo Bundy. Wind up in a pitch, a little high and outside, ball 1. And pickoff move. Brown gets dirty once again, gets back in there safely. 1-0 count now. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Fastball blew right by Bunty. One count now on the left fielder for the Spartans. And a pitch. And that ball is going to be popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Sounded like it hit the batting cage here at James Monroe. And we've got 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the number 5 batter for the Spartans. And a pitch. And that ball is going to be hit down the first baseline. Good play there by Meadows. Meadows picks it up, flips it over to Cohen, who is covering the base, and that will end the inning. Mavericks down 1-0. Could have been worse, but Cohen and the Mavericks get out of it with only 1 run. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first right after this.
it was almost like a drop step. Really, it was weird. Zaylen Johns.
And we're back here, bottom of the first. Going to be the leadoff hitter, center fielder Tanner Johnson against Sonny Herbert. And the first pitch from Herbert's going to be fouled off. 0-1 count now on Johnson. Herbert has the sign, winds and fires, and it's going to be swung on a miss to 0-2. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out here for Sonny Herbert. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 3, Caden Hines. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Wind up and a pitch. Fouled off, 0-2 on Hines. Wind up and a pitch. And that ball is curveball. Hines just in front of it, fouls it off down the third base line. Two count now on Hines. And the wind up and the pitch is going to be high and outside. 1-2 count now on Hines. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on a missed high fastball. 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the first for Herbert. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Holden Crislet. And the pitch going to be in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 count here on Crislet. And the pitch going to be low, 2-0 now. Wind up and the pitch. Right down the middle, called. Strike one. 2-1 count now on Chrysler. Wind up and the pitch. Called at the knees. Strike two. 2-2 count now. And the pitch. Swung on a mist, and Herbert shuts down the Mavericks. 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts. And we'll be back. Top of the second coming up. Mavericks down 1-0. Be right back.
Air Supply Heating and Cooling is the area's only Amana dealer offering full service, repairs, maintenance, and installs. Amana offers a lifetime compressor warranty and a one-time unit replacement. Air Supply also offers after-hours repair service. Call today for a free estimate. GNC Flooring, specializing in hardwood and laminate. We offer existing floor sanding and refinishing and free estimates. Call 304-646-1031.
And we're back here, top of the second inning. Spartans on top, 1-0. It's going to be the third baseman, number 25, Wyatt Thornton, leading off here. First pitch here from Cohen is going to be hit, base hit, right between the third and shortstop hole. And that'll put runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the second for the Spartans.
Yeah, that's exactly what East wanted to start out this top of the second inning, being able to get themselves a base runner early on. See if the Rook can get him off base as soon as possible.
Going to bring up the first baseman, number 15, Daniel Seams. First pitch called, strike one. 0-1 count now. And a pickoff move at first, and Thornton gets back in safely.
Yeah, Thornton, not a ton of speed over there at first, so he's not going to be having too much of a lead, which is a positive here for the Mavericks.
Cohen has the sign, winds and fires, and that ball's hit right to the shortstop, Hines. Hines fields it, throws it over to first, and it's a double play for the Mavericks. That's going to be the double play that the Mavericks were looking for right in their pocket. Cohen throws a fastball. Seams hits it right to Hines. Hines on the fly with the out. Fires over to Meadows and wipes away the leadoff base runner for the Spartans. So we've got 2 outs, and it brings up the second baseman, number 24, Evan Dixon. First pitch is going to be hit to Chrysler, and he picks it out of the air. Mavericks out of the inning really quick. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. Mavericks coming to bat here, bottom of the second, down 1-0. We'll be right back.
R.T. Rogers Oil Company, and Precision Delivery have many kind and knowledgeable long-term employees in our Hinton office who account for transactions and dispatch fuel and explain and educate about our many products, such as our wall heaters and also our fireplace logs, which are designed for residential space heating, and we also have Rinnai tankless water heaters available. We provide many different types of fuel storage tanks along with an experienced and trained crew that will be installing them. We will then make safe and timely deliveries to these storage tanks. Our long-term employees make deliveries and also install HVAC units and install generators, while Precision Delivery transports fuel in 6 states. So, call us for a quote for delivery.
And we are back here, bottom of the second. It's going to be the second baseman, Bodie Zigafus, leading off here for the Mavericks, down 1-0 against the Greenbrier East Spartans.
Yeah, the top of the second was exactly what you needed if you're James Monroe. 1-2-3 inning. Was able to get the double play.
Wind up and the pitch. It's going to be bunted and missed by Zigafus, 0-1. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled off, 0-2 count now on Zigafus. Wind up and the pitch. Curveball high. 1-2 count now on Zigafus. Herbert struck out the side in the bottom of the first. And the pitch going to be high. 2-2 count now on Zigafus. We're going to count a little bit here for the leadoff batter for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch called, strike 3. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second. Bringing up the left fielder, number 11, Bryson Parker.
And that's exactly why, as a pitcher, you do your absolute best to get ahead of the count. That gave him a bunch of options. There's the pitcher being ahead 0-2 to be able to waste a couple pitches, and unfortunately for James Monroe, got caught looking at the bottom of the strike zone.
Wind up and the pitch is going to be high, ball 1. One-0 count here on Parker. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1 count now on Parker.
Yeah, it looked like he was indecisive on that swing there.
Wind up and the pitch. Fouled off. 1-2 count now on Parker.
A lot better cut on that swing. You just got to drive it on this pitch.
Herbert looks in. Has the sign. Winds and fires. Curveball just outside. 2-2 count now on Parker. A little too close to take on a 2-strike pitch right there. Herbert has the sign. Winds and fires, and that's going to be low. And that's the first full count the Mavericks have made Herbert reach here so far this evening. Herbert has the sign. Winds and fires. And that's going to be high, ball 4. And the Mavericks have their first base runner of the evening on a walk by Bryson Parker.
Yep.
That's going to bring up the pitcher, number 16, Carson Cohen.
You'll take it how you can get it. A couple really, really close pitches there, but good eye there. And Mavericks going to see if they can make some damage happen here with just one out, bottom of the second inning.
And pickoff move there. Not in time as Parker gets back. If you're the Mavericks, you got to watch here because this is a left-handed pitcher, and his pickoff move, he doesn't have to step. He can just pick it up and throw. And there's a bunt down the first base line. It's going to be foul. 0-1 count now on Cohen.
Yeah, Greenbrier East definitely has the advantages you were saying with the left-handed pitching, but definitely wants to be careful with that throw. The throw was almost an errant over to the right side of his body.
Herbert has the sign, looks Parker back, and pickoff move, and that ball's getting thrown away, and Parker is going to be at second. And that's going to be a runner at second base. That's going to be an error on the pitcher, Herbert. So that puts a runner in scoring position for the Mavericks to tie this game up with Cohen.
Yes,
0-1 count.
Yeah, his first throw was a little bit to the right. The second throw well in the dirt and just over the first baseman's head after it bounced.
And the pitch from Cohen fouled off. 0-2 count now on Cohen. One out, runner on second here in the bottom of the first. Herbert checks Parker, checks him again, and pickoff move. And Parker's back in there safely. Oh, 2 count still here on Cohen. Herbert looks, winds, and fires, and that ball's going to be high. 1-2 count now on Cohen.
If you're Parker here, try to play with him a little bit at second base. You already know he's thrown one an errant throw. See if you can make him do it again.
Herbert checks him, winds and fires, and that ball is going to be high there. I think Parker might be in the head here of Herbert as he's thrown 2 pitches out of the zone high. So it's a 2-2 count now on Cohen. Herbert checks him again, winds and fires, and that's going to be inside. Full count now on Cohen. Good battle here by Cohen as he started off 0-2. Wind up and the pitch. Ball 4, and there's the second walk of the inning for Herbert. And it's going to bring up the catcher, Levi Taylor. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Corey Mann. He's going to walk over and talk to his pitcher, Herbert.
Baseball is all about pressure, and if you can't find a way to get hits, then just find a way to get on base. And the Mavericks have done a fantastic job after getting the first out of the inning. They've done a great job getting in the pitcher's head and being able to advance that bag, and now have runners at first and second. So if you can get anything out of the infield, more than likely you're going to score at least one. Might even get yourself 2, especially if you can get yourself a gap shot. But Coach Mann definitely telling his infield to be ready. You're likely going to see something, start seeing more pitches, a little bit lower and more to the inside, maybe try to, I don't know if a two-seam pitch is in his arsenal or not, but if it is, he's definitely going to try to give him something that he'll hit a ground ball, get over the top of, try to get it to Nelson Lynch potentially for ending double play. See if the Spartans execute or if the Mavericks can take advantage with the runners on first and second.
And after that conference, it's going to be Levi Taylor stepping in. One out, runner on first and second here in the bottom of the first for the Mavericks. Huge gap between first and second base. And the pitch is going to be a bunt attempt. And Taylor never pulled back, as that's going to be called strike one. 0-1 count now. And the pitch, and that ball's going to be bunted foul.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Curious to see if he decides to use the right side of that field. Has about 20 feet between second and first baseman. See if he's able to get himself a little bit of a late swing, maybe on a fastball, and utilize it.
0-2 count here on Taylor. Herbert checks, winds, and fires. And that ball's in the dirt. It gets by Rochelle, and both runners are going to advance. And that ball's going to be thrown into left field. Parker is safe. And that's going to tie the ball game up 1-1 with Cohen moving into scoring position at second base. Parker there kind of stutter stepped between second and third as he didn't know where the ball was. Ball got by Rochelle, and Rochelle thought he had a play at third. Probably could have got him at third on a good throw, and the throw just goes into left field, and that ties the ball game up here.
Yeah. A little bit surprised Cohen didn't try to advance to third there whenever Lynch tried to make the throw to home, but at least he's still able to get in scoring position.
1-2 count here on Taylor. Winds and fires, swung on a miss, strike three, and that'll be the second out of the inning here. As it's going to bring up the first baseman, Tyson Meadows. Meadows coming in here on a pretty good hot streak at the plate. And the pitch going to be inside, ball one. 1-0 count here on Meadows with Cohen, who has a little bit of speed at second base, so any type of base hit should score him with two outs. And the pitch going to be high, 2-0 count now. Herbert up to 35 pitches so far this evening. And the pitch swung on a missed. 2-1 count now on Meadows. And the pitch going to be inside corner. 2-2 count now on Meadows. Anything close here, Meadows has to put a bat on it to foul it off. And Herbert steps off the back of the mound to reset. 2-2 count, two outs, runner on second. Tie ball game here, bottom of the second, 1-1. And the pitch. And Meadows puts it in play. It's going to be Lynch. Picks it up, fires over to first, and he'll be out at first base. But the Mavericks do claw back, and it's 1-1 as Herbert got himself in a little bit of trouble there, walking two batters. One error for the Spartans. 1-1 going to the top of the third. We'll be right back.
We're Moco shirt signs and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Moco, yeah, Moco for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
Moco Shirts, Red Oak Shopping Center in Fairleigh and Main Street in Union.
back here, top of the third, 1-1. Mavericks and Spartans in a battle here in Linside. And it's going to be the pitcher, number 9 batter, Sonny Herbert, leading off for the Spartans. First pitch by Cohen is going to be popped up. Who's going to call it? It's going to be Chryslet, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the third.
You don't get any more efficient than that. Just got a little bit underneath of that pitch, and third baseman comes over, calls off the pitcher. Great play there by the Mavericks.
And he's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Nelson Lynch. First time up, he hit a double to deep center field his first time. First pitch by Cohen. Going to be just outside, ball 1. 1-0 count now on Lynch. Wind up and a pitch. Called. Strike 1. 1-1 count on Lynch. 1 out here in the top of the third. And the pitch. Fouled off. 1-2 count now on Lynch. You got to watch here. Cohen's got a lot of junk in that arsenal. And if I'm a batter, I would say he's probably going to see some type of junk here on a 1-2 count. Wind up and a pitch. And there's a little bit of a curveball. And Lynch fouls it off. This is going to be a good battle here. As Lynch has been a profound hitter for the Spartans. And then you've got Cohen that has a lot of junk in his arsenal. So buckle up. We're probably going to have a battle here for a minute. 1-2 count on Lynch. Wind up and a pitch. It's going to be in the dirt. 2-2 count now.
Another thing I love to see from the Spartans is how prepared Coach Corey Mann is with his stance over there at first base.
And the pitch. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. The Rook shuts down Nelson. And that's 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. And that's going to bring up Josiah Spencer, the right fielder.
Yeah, great job there by the Mavericks being able to get in front of the count. Had them in a 1-2 count. And we were talking about this pregame. It's a lot harder for batters to be able to come back.
And the pitch from Cohen. It's going to be a ground ball to Chryslet. He dives, but it gets by him, and that's going to be a single for Spencer. So 2-out knock for Spencer, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Sam Rochelle. Rochelle with a double his first time up. Hit one in the gap between center and right. And bunt. And the throw down. Got him on the head is Taylor. Guns down Spencer. And the Mavericks get out of the inning with no runs. Cohen, first inning, had 20 pitches. And through 3 innings now, he's got 39. So 19 pitches in the last 2 innings. That's what you need out of your starting pitcher.
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back with the bottom of the third. 1-1 score right after this.
Air Supply Heating and Cooling is the area's only Amana dealer offering full service, repairs, maintenance, and installs. Amana offers a lifetime compressor warranty and a one-time unit replacement. Air Supply also offers after-hours repair service. Call today for a free estimate. GNC Flooring, specializing in hardwood and laminate. We offer existing floor sanding and refinishing and free estimates. Call 304-646-1031.
That's what the girls did yesterday. They were in it until really the fifth inning, and then they allowed 10 runs.
I saw that. I was at the middle school game over here. I was watching that game. And like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Playing good against one of the best teams.
Yeah, man, they were only down 1-0 at the end of 4, and then the fifth inning, man, Griffith just, I mean, it was hit after hit, and I mean, no hard hit balls really. I mean, it was pretty much just singles. I think maybe one double. I mean, a couple base running or a couple inerrant throws. They had a few errors, but.
And we're back here, bottom of the third. Spartans and Mavericks all tied up 1-1. It'll be the number 9 hitter, right fielder Brody Barreras, leading off here for the Mavericks. And we've got a malfunction here as the catcher Rochelle takes off to the dugout. Pretty sure he probably didn't have all his equipment ready.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly what it was. The pitcher looked at him and shook his head.
I think he's ready to go now. And we are here ready in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Herbert is going to be check swing foul ball. 0-1 count on Barreras. It's going to be Barreras, Johnson, and Hines here in the bottom of the third. Wind up and the pitch. And that's a bunt. Going to be caught there by Rochelle. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the third for the Mavericks.
Yeah, back before we left our break to come to the bottom of the third, we mentioned how James Monroe was really improving, especially from what they looked like in pregame. They've done a great job with their infield defensively. Let's see if they can keep it up.
First pitch to Johnson here. Swung on a miss. Strike one. Johnson 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Wind up and the pitch. Going to be in the dirt. 1-1 count now on Johnson.
Wide gap here to center. See if he can take advantage of it.
And the pitch going to be high and outside. 2-1 count now on Johnson. Two-one count now. And the pitch is going to be a check swing. He did go around. 2-2 count now on Johnson. And the pitch going to be inside. Full count now on the leadoff batter Johnson.
James Monroe's doing a good job raising the pitch count up.
Pitch from Herbert's going to be just outside. And Johnson gets away with that one, as that's one if you're a coach, you're looking at him like that's a 2-strike pitch, way too close to take, but he's on base with a 1-out walk. And it's going to bring up shortstop Caden Hines 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. And And the pitch swung on and missed. Strike one.
Yeah, we had a pitch similar in the bottom of the second that was a lot like that. Just couldn't have missed the strike zone by much at all and thought it was going to be called.
And the pitch going to be outside and low. 1-1 count now on Hines. Johnson at first with the go-ahead run. And the pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 count now on Hines. Johnson with a pretty good-sized lead over there at first base. And the pitch is going to be away. Rochelle picks it up, but there's no throw. Johnson will take second on the wild pitch. So runner in scoring position for Maverick shortstop Hines. 1 out, 2-2 count, runner on second. Bottom of the third, 1-1 Spartans and Mavericks. Herbert winds and fires, and that ball is going to be in the dirt. Full count now.
You could definitely tell that Herbert's attention goes to the runners a little bit more than it probably should whenever he has a runner on base. Needs to focus most of his attention on the batter, which the runners for James Monroe have done a great job to be able to distract him a little bit. Obviously, you got to pay a little bit attention to the runners, but for the most part, let the fielders take care of that. If they're not taking too much of a lead, just get the batter out. And right now, he's struggling a little bit with that. So the Mavericks have one run on the board to begin with and haven't even got a hit in the game yet.
Full count with 1 out, runner on first.
He's going to get one in the zone. Most likely this will be one to hit for Hines if he's ready.
Wind up and the pitch. Going to be in the dirt. Ball 4, and that's going to get away. And Johnson will get to third on the pass ball. Be runners on first and third with 1 out. And it's going to bring up Holden Crislet. 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Got to watch some tricky play here by the Spartans with runners on first and third. Not to mention a left-handed pitcher, so Hines can't get too big of a lead there. And the pitch going to be high, ball 1 on Crislet.
Yeah, he's losing a little bit of his stuff. Had really good command with the off-speed pitch early in this inning, but base runners have definitely been able to distract him from that.
1-0 count now on Crislet. Winds and fires, and that ball's in the dirt. 2-0 now. Hines will take second on the wild pitch. And Rochelle calls time, and he's going to walk out. So is Coach Corey Mann. Herbert up to 54 pitches here in the bottom of the third. Golden opportunity here for the Mavericks. Runners on second and third with 1 out. And the meat of the lineup with Crislet and Zigafus waiting on deck.
You're exactly right. Herbert's just been struggling a little bit with that off speed, been low in the zone. I thought Hines was going to get something to hit there on that full count, but that off speed was just in the dirt, a good 6 inches in front of the plate, and it's either missing really low or really high. You'd like to tune that into where it's only missing a couple inches to an inch outside the strike zone if he is going to miss, but right now the Mavericks have been able to focus all of their attention on trying to get the runners in scoring position. That's exactly what they've done. So a hit with Hines' speed should bring in 2 runs for the Mavericks.
2-0 count here on Chrysler. And the pitch is a bunt pulled back there. Now it's 3-0 on Chrysler.
And would not be surprised one bit if he was told to give him a 4-pitch walk. He might try to battle with him here, but give yourself a force at any base if you do walk him. So let's see what the decision is.
Wind up and the pitch. And that bunt's popped up, and good thing for the Mavericks. It was popped up foul and out of play, as Rochelle is a speedy catcher. So it's a 3-1 count now on Chrysler.
Interesting here. East chooses the battle.
Wind up. And the pitch. Going to be fouled off. Full count now on Chrysler with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 score. Mavericks and Spartans in a battle on the diamond.
And you got the infield in here as well. Anything hard hit is going to make it to the outfield most likely.
Wind up and the pitch. Going to be high, ball 4, and Johnson's coming. Going to have a play at the plate, and he gets in there safely. Mavericks take the lead 2-1, and great base running there by Holden Chrysler as he takes second base on that play as well. That's a heads-up move there by the freshman, Holden Chrysler. That puts the Mavericks on top 2-1 with runners at second and third, 1 out.
Yes, it is.
Bodie Zigafus coming to the plate.
Yes, it is, and that not only gives the Mavericks a run, that forces the Spartans to stay with the infield in and takes away the force. So a triple bogey for the Spartans.
Wind up. And the pitch. Going to be a bunt pulled back by Zigafus. 1-0 count now.
What makes this even crazier, too, is the Mavericks have 2 runs with no hits in this game so far.
Wind up and the pitch. Going to be inside. 2-0 now on Zigafus. Up to 60 pitches is Herbert. Wind up and the pitch. Bunt pulled back, and here comes Hines. Play at the plate. He is in there safely. That brings it 3-1 in favor of the Mavericks, with Chrysler taking third base. And Zigafus in a big-time hitters count, 3-0.
You truly couldn't ask for better base running here from the Mavericks, able to get themselves 3 runs off of no hits in this game. So great job by the James Monroe.
Wind up and the pitch. Going to be low, ball 4. And Zigafus will take first base. And we're going to have time. We're probably going to have a pitching change. This is going to be the second mound visit of the inning for Coach Corey Mann.
And all this, too, is despite James Monroe getting the first out of this inning. So
and it's going to be pitching change. We're going to have
Nelson.
We're just going to have to see what's going on, as we've got 3 players going to the dugout. A couple of them probably changing gloves here. And it's probably going to be number 15, Daniel Seams, coming to the mound. So as Seams warms up, we'll be right back. We are back here. Mavericks still batting. Pitching change for the Spartans as we've got a little bit of shifting going on. We got number 14. That's Bo Buntney coming from right field to third base. We have third baseman Wyatt Thornton going to first base. And the first baseman, Daniel Seams, coming to the mound.
Daniel Seams, looking at his stats here on Max Preps, at least that he's making his fourth appearance. He's got a 6.39 ERA. So
runners on first and third with one out, and it's going to bring up Bryson Parker. And the first pitch is a bunt. Pulled back. It's going to be ball one as Zigafus takes second on the defensive indifference. So Zigafus has a lot of speed out there at second base, so base hit should score 2. 1-0 count on Parker. Wind up and the pitch, and Parker will once again take a hit by pitch. And if he's not close, he's going to be right there at the school record for hit by pitches in his career. And that's going to load the bases. And as a former player / pitcher myself, this is exactly what you want. You want to help yourself out if you are a pitcher here. As it's going to be Carson Cohen coming to the plate with the bases loaded and one out.
Yeah, force play at any base here. Will the Spartans be able to take advantage, or can the Mavericks empty the bases?
Wind up and the pitch. And that ball is going to be hit, and it's by the third baseman. That's going to score 1. That's going to score, it's going to score 1 as they go station to station. And that brings it 4-1 in favor of the Mavericks. And it's going to bring up catcher Levi Taylor.
And that is also the first hit of this game for this Mavericks team.
I don't know how you're going to score that one. That one could be a hit. It could be an error.
Off the third baseman, yeah.
If I'm scoring it, I'd say that's probably an error on the third baseman. So Mavericks still without a hit. First pitch to Taylor, swung on a missed, 0-1. 4-1 here. Mavericks on top, bottom of the third. Wind up and a pitch inside. 1-1 count now on Taylor. Wind up and a pitch. Taylor fouls it off. 1-2 count now on Taylor. One out. Bases are juiced for the Mavericks. And the pitch fouled off. Battle here by Taylor. 1-2 count still.
Yeah, and if that is the case and they do choose to rule that an error, man, what a game this would be if the Mavericks are able to pull this out. If they don't get any hits, imagine winning a game saying you scored 4 runs and never got a hit in the game.
1-2 count now. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to score 1. Parker stops at third, and we're going station to station once again. That makes it 5-1 in favor of the Mavericks with Tyson Meadows, the first baseman, coming to the plate. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 24, Caleb Lindsay, for the catcher, Levi Taylor.
Yeah, spoke too soon. The catcher decided that wanted to get themselves a hit on the board, although that would have been a pretty crazy statistic, but nonetheless, still 5 runs on only 1 base hit.
Just an update on that. That's actually the second hit for the Mavericks.
Okay.
So bases loaded, 1 out. Wind up and the pitch swung on and missed by Meadows. 0-1 count now on the junior first baseman. Wind up and the pitch is going to be high and inside. Meadows almost sit down on a bucket there as he getting out of the way of that one. Gives a little bit of smirk back to the dugout. we've got a 1-1 count. Bases loaded. And a pitch. Fouled back. 1-2 count now on Meadows. Anything close here. Going to have to battle, fight away. Put something in the outfield grass. Is probably going to score 2 runs. 1-2 count. Wind up and the pitch. Going to be high. 2-2 count now on Meadows.
Yeah, both teams have been doing a great job today not swinging it much outside the zone.
Wind up and the pitch. Meadows puts it in. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to score at least 2. Throw down is going to be over the head of Rochelle. Meadows going to take second base. And that is a 2-run single for the first baseman, Tyson Meadows. His dad's standing here beside me coming into this game, said he had a 5-game hitting streak, so that goes to even 6-game hitting streak now for Meadows. And that's the 3rd hit for the Mavericks here in this inning. And we've got another mound visit by Coach Corey Mann as the Mavericks on top 7-1 with 1 out. And we're going to have another pitching change as we're going to have it's going to be the center fielder. That's going to be don't know yet. It's going to be number 1. That's going to be Braden Teeney. Braden Teeney is going to be your new pitcher here for the Spartans. He'll have 8 warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back. 7-1 Mavericks here in the bottom of the 3rd.
You said what?
Oh, no.
They only gave him 1 RBI and ruled it as an error on the throw to home.
Oh, I gotcha.
He'd have been there.
Oh, yeah, he didn't.
No, he'd have been there about a mile. I mean, his shin was already on the on home plate before the ball was even in his glove. I mean, even if it had been a perfect throw, he still would have been there by a half a step.
Yeah.
Wonder how the girls are doing right now.
Which is smart.
Where are they streaming that?
YouTube. That one's on YouTube, yes, sir.
So they're trying to find it on the radio network.
And we are back here, bottom of the 3rd, in Linside. Mavericks with a walk/hit parade here in the bottom of the 3rd, as this 1-1 tie ball game is now 7-1 in favor of the Mavericks, with runners on 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out, with the number 9 hitter, Brody Barreras, coming to the plate.
And also, speaking of James Monroe as well, if you'd like to go watch the softball game is over on YouTube, the Greenbrier Valley Channel Sports Network. So if you'd like to go watch that as well, it is also available over on YouTube.
Wind up in the pitch from Teeney, and that's a bunt down the first baseline by Barreras, and Lindsay will slide in there safely, as that is a bunt RBI single by Brody Barreras.
Yeah, perfectly placed bunt there. You couldn't have asked for anything better. extends the lead to 7 runs now.
And
We're still only in the bottom of the third.
If they can get Barreras to bunt like that, Barreras will have a lot of base hits because he has a lot of speed. And he's probably going to take second base here on the first pitch. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Tanner Johnson.
Yeah, even if he would have chose the force there at first base, it wouldn't have been an easy out.
Runners on first and third, 1 out. And the pitch, and Johnson takes it. High ball 1, and Barreras takes second base on the defensive indifference. Johnson 0 for 1 tonight. Strikeout and a walk. And the pitch swung on a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count now on Johnson. He has the sign. Winds and fires, and that's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1 count now on Teeny. Johnson's probably going to see some pitches in the zone because you've got shortstop Caden Hines coming up on deck, and you don't want to walk the bases loaded for him.
No, you don't.
Teeny has the sign. Winds and fires. Johnson puts it in play, and that's going to get by the shortstop Nelson. That's going to score 1, and that's going to score 2 as Barreras comes around to score. And that is a 2-run single for Tanner Johnson. And that makes it 10-1 in favor of the Mavericks. Still batting here in the bottom of the third with Hines coming to the plate. 1 out, runner on first. And a pickoff move, and just gets back in there is Johnson on a good pickoff move there by Teeny. Hines over 1, pickoff move, Johnson back in there safely. Hines 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout and a walk. Pickoff move once again. Johnson in there safely. Third time's not a charm for Teeny. Teeny looking at Johnson again. Winds and fires. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 count on Hines. Up and the pitch. That ball is going to get by Rochelle, and Johnson's definitely going to take second base easy on the wild pitch. So 1-1 count now on Hines. Runner on second, 1 out. Mavericks scoring 9 runs so far here in the bottom of the third.
To make this even more bizarre, the Mavericks have gone all the way through the lineup without getting an out.
And the pitch to Hines. Fouled off. 1-2 count now on Hines. One, 2 count. Runner on second. 1 out. And the pitch. And Hines puts it in play. That ball is gone. That is a 2-run shot by the shortstop, Caden Hines. And the Mavericks go on top, 12-1. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and it's going to bring up Holden Chrislett.
Somebody get the helmet.
You really don't get much better than that. Hines was all over that pitch, too. Absolutely obliterated it into left field over the wall. And still had a few feet to spare.
Chrislett walked his last time. Wind up and the pitch. Called. Strike 1. 0-1 count on Chrislett. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss. 0-2 now on Chrysler. Deeney working fast here. Wind up and a pitch. Outside. 1-2 count now on Chrysler. Wind up and a pitch. And Chrysler puts it in play right to the second baseman. That's going to be Evan Dixon. Makes the second out. And it's going to bring up second baseman number 10, Bodie Zigafus. Zigafus walked his last time. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Wind up and a pitch. And Zigafus puts one in play. Just out of play. Foul ball. 1-1 count now on Zigafus.
Yeah, the Mavericks not letting up at all. Trying to get themselves some more base hits.
Pitch going to be popped up. It's going to be out of play. Foul ball. 1-2 count now on Zigafus. Zigafus 0 for 1 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. Wind up and the pitch. Gonna be called strike 3, and that's gonna end the bottom of the third. But the Mavericks come along with a hit parade. 6 hits here in the bottom of the third, and they score 11 runs. 12-1. Mavericks on top. We'll be back here, top of the fourth, right after this.
RT Rogers Oil Company and Precision Delivery have many kind and knowledgeable long-term employees in our Hinton office who account for transactions and dispatch fuel and explain and educate about our many products, such as our wall heaters and also our fireplace logs, which are designed for residential space heating. And we also have Renai tankless water heaters available. We provide many different types of fuel storage tanks along with an experienced and trained crew that will be installing them. We will then make safe and timely deliveries to these storage tanks. Our long-term employees make deliveries and also install HVAC units and install generators, while Precision Delivery transports fuel in 6 states. So, call us for a quote for delivery.
And we're back here, top of the fourth. Mavericks with a little bit of a hit parade / walk parade in the bottom of the third. They're on top 12-1. It's going to be Sam Rochelle leading off for the Spartans. First pitch called, strike 1. And that's a good first pitch as Carson Cohen had to sit in the dugout for a minute. 0-1 count now on Rochelle. Wind up and a pitch. And that ball is going to be popped up. That ball is going to be in no man's land, and that's going to be a base hit for Rochelle. And it's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 33, Clay Patton. Going to be Brown, courtesy runner for Rochelle.
Again, if you're the rook right here, just keep facing the guys in the zone. Keep throwing strikes. You've got yourself a really nice lead here in the top of the fourth. Just
Patton, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Brown with a huge lead over there at first base. And the pitch going to be outside. Pick play. And he's going to be back in there safely. 1-0 count now on Patton. Wind up and the pitch, and that ball's going to be put in play. That's going to be shortstop Hines over to Zigafus, over to Meadows, and the Mavericks with their second double play of the ball game. Cohen throws the perfect pitch. Patton ground to shortstop. Hines picks it up, fires over to Zigafus. Zigafus tags second base, throws it over to Meadows, and just like the Mavericks drew it up, 2 outs, and it's going to bring up Bo Buntney, the third baseman.
Couldn't have asked for a more textbook play for the Mavericks.
First pitch from Cohen is going to be called. Strike one right down the middle.
He's throwing gas right now.
0-1 count now on Buntney. Wind up and the pitch. Just a tad bit high. 1-1 count now. Wind up and the pitch called. Strike 2 right down the middle. 1-2 count now on Buntney. And the pitch fouled off as Cohen grunted a little bit on that one.
This has been one of, if not his best innings for placing the ball. He's definitely got confidence up there on the mound with this lead.
And we've got a timeout taken by Coach Corey Mann. It's going to be an offensive conference.
If you're Greenbrier East right here, you just want to get guys on base right now. I know the guys want to try to kill the ball and maybe get themselves a home run, and that's all fine and dandy, but the best thing for them to do right now is to try to get runners on base and to put a little pressure on the pitcher.
So we've got a 1-2 count here. Wind up and the pitch. And he did. He check swinged on that one. And throw from Taylor to Meadows. And that is the third out. Mavericks shut down the Spartans in the top of the fourth. They're coming to bat here leading 12-1. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth right after this.
We're Moco shirt signs and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Moco, yeah, Moco for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
Moco Shirts, Red Oak Shopping Center in Fairleigh and Main Street in Union.
Okay.
And it was tie game going into the seventh, but there was a very iffy call.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a shot to third, and the kid ran almost to the outfield grass and came around the tag, and the umpire's explanation was he started in that direction when he left second base, so that's his base path, so he wasn't out of the base path. That was it.
So he's saying he started from, like if here's the base pad, he was saying he started here.
Yeah.
And then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. There was another call in the game. They didn't know the call, so they actually called.
We're back here, top of the fifth. First pitch to Parker is going to be high, ball one. Bottom of the fourth, 12-1. Mavericks on top. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on a missed. Strike one. 1-1 count now on Parker. Wind up and the pitch. Going to be high.
Yeah, Parker's got himself a
2-1 count now. Wind up and the pitch. Going to be high. 3-1 count now on Parker. Wind up and the pitch from Teeny. It's going to be high, ball 4, and the Mavericks have a leadoff runner on first with a leadoff walk.
He looked like he was going to try to potentially steal second there right off the bat. See if he can get.
Going to bring up Carson Cohen. Cohen, the first hit tonight for the Mavericks with an RBI single his last time up. Pickoff move. And we've got time at home plate there, as it'll be no play. Cohen settles into the box. Parker gets his lead, wind up and the pitch. That ball is going to be high. 1-0 count now on Cohen. And the pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. 1-1 count now on Cohen. Cohen's 1 for 1 tonight with a walk. And there's a bunt down the first baseline, and that's going to be just foul. 1-2 count now on Cohen. And looking over there, East has another pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Wind up and the pitch is going to be away, and Parker, he is going to take second base on the wild pitch. It's a 2-2 count now on Cohen. If I'm not mistaken, over there throwing is Greenbrier East's ace, Lane Lambert.
Yeah, I'll say it looks like Lane Lambert. Yeah, I agree.
Wind up and the pitch. Going to be outside. Full count now on Cohen. I couldn't see Lambert coming into this ball game unless they're trying to get him just a little bit of work before the regional game against Capital on Friday.
I completely agree. I doubt they're going to put Lambert in this ball game.
Wind up and the pitch, and Cohen puts it in play. It's going to be Lynch calling it, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. With Taylor coming to the plate. Last time up for Taylor, he hit a line drive base hit into left field. So Taylor 1 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. First pitch going to be swung on a miss, strike one. A 1 count now on Taylor with Parker at second base. Pitch from Teeny, and Taylor puts it in play, but it's down the first base sideline, foul. 0-2 count now on Taylor. Teeny checks Parker at second, checks him again, winds and fires, fouled off. Oh, 2 count now on Taylor. Teeny looks into Rochelle. Has the sign, checks Parker at second. Checks him again, winds and fires, and that ball is going to be thrown away. That's going to be another wild pitch, and Parker's going to take third.
I saw that wild pitch, though. Teeny's done a pretty good job for the most part.
1-2 count now on Taylor, with Parker at third and one out. And the pitch fouled off. Taylor battling here. One, 2 count now on Taylor. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. With Meadows coming to the plate. Last time up, 2-run single for Meadows. And the pitch going to be low, ball 1. Up and a pitch, and Meadows puts it in play. That ball is going to be dropped. That's going to be dropped by the right fielder. That's going to be Josiah Spencer as he runs in. Runs into the second baseman, Evan Dixon. And that'll bring the 13th run in for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that ball was pretty much in no man's land. The right fielder tried to come over and make the grab, but unfortunately for Greenbrier East, wasn't able to make the play.
Going to bring up Brody Barreras, number 9 hitter. First pitch, swung on a miss, strike 1. 0-1 count on Barreras. Meadows at second base with 2 outs. Wind up and a pitch, and Barreras puts it in play to second baseman. Second baseman picks it up, fires over to Lynch, and that'll be the third out. Mavericks score 1, makes it 13-1, going to the top of the 5th. Spartans need 3 to continue this game. We'll be right back right after this.
Air Supply Heating and Cooling is the area's only Amana dealer offering full service, repairs, maintenance, and installs. Amana offers a lifetime compressor warranty and a one-time unit replacement. Air Supply also offers after-hours repair service. Call today for a free estimate. GNC Flooring, specializing in hardwood and laminate. We offer existing floor sanding and refinishing and free estimates. Call 304-646-1031.
And we're back here, top of the 5th. First batter up, Wyatt Thornton. First pitch from Cohen, called, strike 1. As we said before the break, Spartans need 3 to continue this game because in West Virginia it's 10 runs after 5 innings. Wind up and the pitch, called, strike 2. 0-2 count on Thornton. Cohen looks dialed in here after the long third inning he had to wait. Wind up And the pitch going to be high, ball one. 1-2 count now. Thornton 1 for 1 tonight. Wind up, and the pitch. And that's going to be curveball fouled off. 1-2 count now on Thornton.
Yeah, his approach couldn't be better to Thornton if he tried. Went straight at him, got those 2 strikes, and now has the batter up against the wall.
Cohen. Oh, we got a timeout taken by Thornton at the plate. Cohen looks into Taylor. Has the sign, winds and fires, and that's going to be high. 2-2 count now on Thornton. Cohen has the sign, winds and fires. Curveball inside corner. Thornton goes down looking, and that's the 5th strikeout of the evening for the Rook, Carson Cohen. That's going to bring up Daniel Seams. Seams 0 for 1 his first time up. He grounded out. First pitch, just high, ball one. 1-0 count now on Seams. Cohen has the sign, winds and fires inside, 2-0 now. Cohen has the sign, winds and fires outside, 3-0 now on Seams.
Let's see if Cohen can find the zone here and go straight at him, especially with his pitch count only at 57 for the game so far. He's been very efficient on the day.
Wind up and the pitch inside, ball 4, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Seams, and that's going to bring up second baseman Evan Dixon. Wind up and the pitch, going to be high, ball 1. 1-0 count on Dixon. Wind up and the pitch, going to be inside. 2-0 on Dixon.
You don't really know how he dodged that pitch. Couldn't have missed him by just a couple inches.
Cohen has the sign. Pickoff move. And Seams is in there safely. Two-0 count on Dixon. Seams on first with 1 out. And the pitch. Called. Strike on the outside corner. 2-1 count now on Dixon. 0 for 1 tonight. And swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2-2 count now on Dixon. With Herbert waiting on deck. Wind up and a pitch just outside. Full count. You're Cohen here. You don't want to get back to the top of the lineup for the Spartans. Wind up and a pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. And there's the 6th strikeout of the evening for Cohen. 2 outs. Runner on first. And it'll bring up Sonny Herbert. Mavericks on top 13-1 here in the top of the 5th. Cohen looks into Taylor. Has the sign, winds and fires. Called. Strike one. Herbert 0 for 1. 0-1 count now on Herbert. Wind up and a pitch. Called. Strike 2. 0-2 count on Herbert. Spartans down to their last strike here.
Yeah,
Herbert can't get on.
Yeah, he's going to make him swing
Wind
the
up
bat.
and a pitch. Just a tad bit high and out inside. 1-2 count now on Herbert. Seams on first, wind up and a pitch. And that ball is going to be hit right up the middle for a base hit. As Seams will go to second. Herbert at first, 2 outs, and it's going to bring up the top of the lineup and Nelson Lynch. Lynch 1 for 2 tonight with a leadoff double. And we're going to have a conference as Coach Tom Gardner walks over and talks to his pitcher and the infield. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Top of the 5th, Mavericks on top 13-1. Spartans coming up with the leadoff batter, Lynch. Herbert started this game for the Spartans, went 2 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Brought in Seams. He gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. And then they brought in Teeny for an inning and a third. 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. And the Mavericks have stuck with Carson Cohen for 4 and a third. 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. First pitch to Lynch, called, strike 1. 0-1 count now on Lynch. Wind up and a pitch outside. 1-1 count now on Lynch. Wind up and a pitch. And that ball is going to be hit to the first baseman, Meadows. Meadows uses his full body, picks it up, tags first base, and with that, the Mavericks take down the Spartans 13-1. Mavericks on a 2-game win streak, and they will play again tomorrow against Greenbrier West. We'll be back with the Greenbrier Valley Channel for baseball next Monday when the Mavericks face regional opponent Wyoming East. Everyone, God bless.
RT Rogers Oil Company and Precision Delivery have many kind and knowledgeable long-term employees in our Hinton office who account for transactions and dispatch fuel and explain and educate about our many products, such as our wall heaters and also our fireplace logs, which are designed for residential space heating, and we also have Rinnai tankless water heaters available. We provide many different types of fuel storage tanks along with an experienced and trained crew that will be installing them. We will then make safe and timely deliveries to these storage tanks. Our long-term employees make deliveries and also install HVAC units and install generators, while Precision Delivery transports fuel in 6 states. So, call us for a quote or delivery.